you're going to identify what I said as, once you get started, the low and no competition contracts. But how do you know that? You won't know that until you start looking around. I already kind of said this a little bit, but there are very few contractors that are bidding on some of these. And again, if it's just sitting there and it's old, remember, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. That's low to no competition. Also, these contracts are going to be easily identified by you when you get in the DIB system and you organize. And remember, you guys don't need to have your postcard already. You don't need to, you need to be in SAM, but your postcard, you have to get your postcard to get in the DIBs. It usually takes a couple of weeks. Some of you may have already have ordered your postcard because you're already in SAM. But you can do all of this stuff that I'm teaching you before you get your postcard so you can be ready to hit the ground running. That's what I tell people. Don't sit there and wait for the postcard. You're supposed to be ready. And you have, some people give themselves a time frame. You know, I want to be winning in 30 days. Then you better get busy. That postcard could take you 2 weeks. When that postcard gets there, now you're ready. All you got to do is start bidding. It really does look like that. Don't wait to do all of these things until you get the postcard. Okay. So I just gave you a whole lesson about how they're just sitting there, but that is key. So when you get to the DIBS board and you're looking at these different contracts and you click on one of them and you see what's been sitting there, those are opportunities for you. You might pick a category, but you organize them by the older dates. The newer ones are probably going to be there too, but you organize them by the older dates. You know why? That means that the contracting officer has left them out there because he or she still needs them. A lot of my people win like that. They just go for the older ones, you know, and they find the product. They might not find the perfect supplier, but they find the product because those are the ones you can also make more money off of. Why? Because they're just sitting there. So if something normally would cost, let's say $100, you could charge 200. I don't suggest that you be extremely greedy. I wouldn't say charge 500 per unit, but I would say if something's been sitting there, they obviously don't have anyone that is trying to help them find that item. And if the last price was $99, you could charge $199 easily. They will probably call you right away. When I say call you, they will contact you via email and say, can you give us traceability on this? Is this price still the same? Because it's just sitting there. And sometimes they have long delivery time frames. So maybe that contract was not due for 100 days, but now they're down to 90, or they're up from 100 days and they only have 10 days left because they're at the 90th day. Those things are strategy and they work, and they can be more profitable. Okay. Longevity, like I said, with the bulk category, with the packaging category, any category, if you see a lot of opportunities sitting out there under one FSC code, which is 4 digits, that's probably a category that's pretty good. You need to investigate because you would get 1 or 2 suppliers and you can keep winning over and over and over again. Now, I could get to this 5910. All I did was put in the 5910 and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting something a little bit different. Maybe I like that. And look at this, 468. Now this is old, you know, but I bet you if I went in here live, I bet you there would still be a whole bunch of old stuff in here. It's always a lot of these, always. Because the people that are winning in this area, they're not taking care of their customers, which is the government. So a lot of stuff just sits here. If you were to go in and look at 5910, you might see some things that are 2 and 3 years old, or I should say maybe 1 year old. I'm kind of over exaggerating. But what happens is after it's just been sitting there, they might remove this and put it on a no bid list. The government does. DLA, we have a no bid list where there are so many thousands of products that are just sitting there. Nobody's bidding on them. That's why I tell you that. Go low hanging fruit. Nobody's paying attention to it. So if they see you show up from your bid, they're going to be like, the contracting officer might be like, finally, it's about time. Let me talk to this person. Let me go ahead and see if they can give me traceability because I don't know them. Then once they know you, so let's say I start bidding in this category, I start winning, doors are going to open for me because they feel I have a source that is working and I can be trusted because I delivered. Because a lot of this relationship building with contracting officers is trust. They want to make sure you deliver.